So hello, welcome. Sally here with Alchemy of Healing, and where we're learning about combining nature's remedies and the healing power of our own body. Our bodies are amazing things. If you like this kind of stuff and you want to know a little bit more, you can check out yourblissfuljourney.com/membership. I am not a doctor. I cannot diagnose. I will not diagnose. You get to make the decisions for yourself. You have the free will to either accept or reject what I share with you right now, and you always get to decide. So today we're going to be discussing or learning about the oils for emotional well-being. The cool thing about smell is it affects our health and well-being by it helps us pick up on odors. And is it dangerous? Is this safe? You smell bad food, you don't eat it. So it helps us stay safe. It can soothe our emotions and enhances taste, of course, so that you'll eat better things. And you'll smell smoke. So we want our sense of smell. They're also finding, you guys are going to hear a lot of the studies that I'll be popping in here. I love National Institutes of Health. They are, NIH has done a lot of research on essential oils and alternative therapies. So I often will quote their studies. They've done studies on Alzheimer's and essential oils, and the smelling of essential oils. Well, we all know that it activates the memory system because we've smelled cookies and it takes us back to, first grade, or we smell our grandmother's perfume or our mom's perfume and, on somebody else or in a room, and it just, brings up the emotions of whatever was happening at that time. And so with the sense of smell, they're studying how that can help stave off Alzheimer's or help support people with Alzheimer's, just practicing with essential oils and smelling them. So we're going to jump right into why oils. And, people are going, well, they're so expensive, right? And why are they all different prices? That's a sign. You do want your oils to cost different things. You don't want all the oils to cost the same, because if it requires 240,000 rose petals to make 5 milliliters of oil, which is one of these little bottles, it only takes 25 lemons to make the same amount. And we all know that lemons, you can find those for what? 5 cents, or grow them in your backyard. And roses are a little trickier. So if oils, one of the ways to know if you're getting a good essential oil is that they're going to cost more, and they're going to cost different prices. Different oils are going to cost different things. So some rules to live by with essential oils: they start to lose their effectiveness after 1 year. So you want to keep them in the refrigerator to slow that down. The thicker the oil, the longer it takes to lose its effectiveness. And if you're starting out, you want to just use maybe 5 drops per teaspoon of carrier oil for a healthy adult. So you want to start out light if you're not experienced with essential oils. And 1 drop per teaspoon of carrier oil for pregnant women and children. Carrier oil can be anything that you dilute your oil with. Usually that's coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil, which is liquid. You can also use olive oil, almond oil, any like borage oil, any oil that you would put in your mouth, you can put on your skin. And so you could use that as a carrier oil if you like it, as long as it doesn't smell a lot or you don't care if it adjusts the scent. But yeah, carrier oils can dilute. I have been known to use my oil straight up, which I often do, even the ones that they say not to, but then I don't have sensitive skin and I don't seem to get the effects or side effects that some people would get. Blending tips, just have fun with it. You can start out with a total number of no more than 24 drops of essential oil. So that would be a blend. Those that evaporate the fastest, that evaporate within 1 to 2 hours, you're not going to notice the smell as fast. And then there are the middle notes, and those evaporate longer, so their scent will last longer, and the base notes take even longer to evaporate. So those are the ones that hang around the longest. And so, for example, if you had 6 drops that you were using, 3 would be the lighter oils, 2 for the middle, and 1 for the base. But I tell you, just have fun with it. You have gotten in your oils supplies, you've gotten 10 oils. 1 with the asterisk on the top is your bonus oil, so you can hear about that. And you have a roller bottle that you can use to blend in a little bit more of what you want. So I'm going to suggest, or what you want to get. So I'm going to suggest, as we're going through this talk tonight, to just write down, like, which ones you want to put together, and then smell them separately, and see how they'll work together, and then just pour them in the bottle. All of your samples have been diluted in half, so you can use them straight from that bottle because they have been diluted. And then there's a little bit more carrier oil in the roller bottle, and we'll be learning where to use those rollers a little later on. So a quality essential oil, it does the body good. One of the qualities of an essential oil. The frequency of disease starts when, we're all vibration. Let me start with that. We're all vibration. We're all energy. Everything in the planet is energy. They've even found that rocks move, all their molecules are moving. That's just atoms and all that, right? And they actually will move. There are certain rocks, they've taken time release, time slowed down videos, and rocks have moved. So everything is moving. It's just rocks move so slowly that us looking at them, we don't see it. So a healthy body has a vibration, and a healthy body is usually 62 to 68 megahertz. Okay, and then we've got this breakdown of the thyroid and the parathyroid and the thymus and all of those in the endocrine system, some of our organs. But when we start to feel a little low on our frequency, on our vibration, then down about 59 to 60 is when disease can start to take hold. And so one of the things that is so great about an essential oil is that you can raise your frequency immediately with using them. And that doesn't mean, you see on the right of this slide, there are a variety of vibrations in oils. Most of them are on a higher vibration than illness. There's some that are even with like 60, but the higher it is, it doesn't necessarily mean that's the one you want to use all the time, because sometimes that's like getting in your car and going from 0 to 100 in a second, right? So sometimes you do want to build it up a little bit. It all depends on how you feel. And you're going to know. You can't hurt yourself. It just might be a little too much. And I'll tell you a story about that in just a bit. But think about that. We'll be going a little bit more into raising your vibration as well. So I use essential oils, inhaling them. So just putting some in my hand, rubbing my hands together and smelling it. I use them in a diffuser at night. I use them in a diffuser because I have 2 dogs. Topically would be in your roller, which is a great way to do it. You can use it on your wrists, behind your ears, temples, and the back of your neck. Those are really good basic areas to use essential oils. And yes, you can use them orally. You can take them internally, as long as it says that you can use it as a supplement. So look and make sure that it can be taken internally. There will be a notice. You will know that that you can take it internally if it says supplement facts or supplements. Another thing is it'll even say, don't take this internally. Okay, so when in doubt, don't. My favorite way to use essential oils is on the bottoms of my feet. This is really helpful if you work in a profession where you're dealing with a lot of people and some people can be sensitive to scents. So if you put it on your feet, put your shoes on, normally that's not going to affect anybody. And you can target certain organs that need support. So if you think of your foot as the arch of your foot being your spine, and the outside of your body on the right being the outside of your right foot, and the outside of your left foot is the outside of your body on your left, that kind of gives you a lay of the land. So this picture is a nice one. I tell you, if you look, you'll find different pictures, you know, have things moved around just a little bit. But this is a pretty good example of where you will be needing it. Now, some areas I want you to notice is your brain is at the top of your big toe. Your pituitary gland, which is the one that governs your thyroid, is in the middle of your big toe. And just notice that your adrenals are kind of like right after the bump where people get bunions, you know, at the base, at the big toe, right at that little bump right after your big toe as you're going down to the back of your foot on the inside. Your adrenals kind of right after the ball of your foot. Your thymus is in about the same place on the other side, maybe a little higher. So just kind of notice where your glands are, where your endocrine system is on your foot. Again, you'll be getting this, so. And then I love to, you know, we need to talk also about where our sex organs are. And those are around our ankles and the backs of our feet. So not on the bottom of the foot, but your heel and around the ankles. And so don't forget to massage the top of your feet as well, because you do want to massage the lymph nodes up there right at the where your foot kind of bends a little bit. If you kind of bring your foot, retract it up, you can feel where your bend is. That's where you can massage your lymph nodes there. And any place that's sore on your foot, no doubt needs a little bit of an essential oil massage. So here we have our endocrine system again. We were talking about that. Your pineal gland is right in the center of your head, and it's like the master gland. Then we have the pituitary gland. Why am I talking about the endocrine system, right? Well, it runs the show. These make our hormones, right? And these are the ones that have us reacting and boosting our mood and feeling good. And so if we can support our endocrine system, we can support our body's healing and health, which can help us feel good. So I'm going to tell you the tip right now that I love about the, well, I learned pineal gland, but maybe it's pineal in your brain. Frankincense, which you have. Frankincense, you can put it on your thumb and then suck on your thumb, put it on the roof of your mouth, and it's going to, studies have shown that it breaks up that crustiness that is in our pineal gland, and it can help recharge, allow for better expression of all the hormones that come out of that. Your pituitary gland is right up there, right in between, kind of right in between your temples. Your thymus, your thyroid right here. And you know, that's the one that everybody is burned out. Not everybody's, but a lot of people have a lot of trouble with their thyroid gland, speaking up, speaking out. And also there's a thought that, you know, with so much energy going around, this is a very narrow area and it gets blocked a lot. Your thymus is right here. Your thymus is the one that tells your blood cells that your bone marrow makes what they need to be. So it tells them if they need, what kind of white blood cell they need to be, if they're going to be a red blood cell, and it is the one. It's one of the main systems of our immune system, and so even a nice little thump on it, like gorillas. You can thump on it and kind of give it a little massage, a little pep talk. Your adrenals make the cortisol. We've heard of adrenal fatigue. A lot of that is just you're running on stress hormones. And how can you support your adrenal glands? We're going to learn a little bit more about that. Your pancreas makes insulin and related to diabetes. And then of course we've got our ovaries and the testes. So our ovaries, we'll be talking a little bit about supporting those with oils today as well. So number one, pull up bottle number one, and that is bergamot. And bergamot is considered to be really one of the exceptional oils for grief or sorrow. It can also be helpful with panic, restlessness, mood swings, if you've got a feeling of jealousy, fear, despondency, or anger. And bergamot has an amazing affinity for the oil lavender. NIH did a study that had bergamot and lavender blended together. They enhance each other, and they had a very similar response to Valium or Demerol for the participants in the study. One little talk about jealousy I want to throw out. I never think of jealousy as really a bad emotion. It is an emotion. It's good to notice that it's jealousy. But if you look at jealousy as being a sign that, you know, I want what they have. And it gives you an idea of what you want. So you don't necessarily want exactly their house or exactly, you know, their car. You want one like that that's your own. And so it helps guide us into what we want, be more clear about what we want. So number two on our list is patchouli. Oh, you know what? Let's go back to bergamot. Put a drop in our hand. Take a smell. See how that feels. Rub it on the back of your neck. Just kind of notice the response that you get from that. And you can make a little note if you like that one, how it made you feel, if you notice anything at all. Next on our list is patchouli. And patchouli is one of those ones you either love or you hate. It's kind of got a strange, would we say, woody, acrid kind of odor to it. Should find out what our wine specialist says that aroma is. But it's, I've got the asterisks here because these seem to be best for insecurities and irritability. Patchouli is really supportive with that. And, you know, it's also good at balancing hormones. A lot of these oils, and that's why I say have fun with them. They are known to do so many things that you just really want to play and see what you like. I usually go by what my nose tells me I like, and then I'll blend those together. And then I'll look it up and find out, oh, maybe that's what I need it for. It's kind of cool. So our next oil is one that I personally love, sandalwood. Did we not play with patchouli? Did you smell it and notice how that makes you feel too before I move on? I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. When you're done with that, make a note. Then take out number 3, and that's your sandalwood. If it's a little thick, it'll thicken, excuse me, when it's cool. So if you have a bottle and it's too thick, then just warm it up and it'll be okay. Rose is also known for that. So sandalwood is really good if you're bored. I mean, why are you bored? If you really feel despair, discouragement and apathy, and it's really good for mood swings. So notice how that feels. Rub it around, put it on your temples, maybe put it on a different body part. You know, your ears have the points on them too, so you can always rub them in your ears. And sandalwood.
In your ear, on your earlobe.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you. On your earlobe is great.
Thank you.
So sandalwood is also considered to be the oil of sacred devotion. And so it helps us with mending emotional wounds, inspires openness, and promotes an ability to trust, releases material attachments, and the need for acceptance. It's very quieting to the mind. And so you would apply it to your third eye and the top of your head before meditation to open those areas of insight and connection. You know, frankincense is one of my favorites. You heard my tip about frankincense and helping it break up crustaceans on the pineal gland. Peppermint, which you don't have in your sample pack today, but peppermint also, if you put it on your thumb and stick it up there, it will wake you up. So I'd like you to take your frankincense out, number 4, and do that. Just put a drop on your thumb if you're up for it. And just stick it up there. It doesn't taste great, but frankincense has a ton of benefits. It supports all the other ones. You can find in your packs you have today, you can find other oils that handle all these emotions, but frankincense has a lot of physical benefits as well. Okay. And so frankincense is all about your truth. It helps you let go of your lower vibrations, deceptions of yourself, that not seeing your truth, and the negative thoughts that come up with that. It helps you create new perspectives based in the truth, helps release feelings of abandonment, and connects us with the Divine Father and healthy masculinity. So you want to diffuse it for meditation to access awareness and inspiration. And so to me, diffusing is just smelling too. So if you just want to put it on a tissue and just have that close to your face, it's good. But it not only supports your pineal gland, but it supports your pituitary, your thyroid, and your thymus. Our next one, lemon. Lemon, there was a study with lemon. They did it with lavender, lemon, and a third oil, which I can't think of right now. But lemon helped students become 50%, 45% better, got more clarity of thought. They performed better on tasks and tests when lemon was diffused in the classroom. It was a significant number. I mean, it was huge. It was like everybody should be smelling lemon all day long. And it helps you with, there you go, with your concentration. It clears self-judgment, calms insecurities, releases confusion and worry by help clearing your mind. And who can't feel happy when you're smelling lemon, right? Joy and happiness. And if, when you meditate, you have a challenge with focus, then it's a good one. It's also a good one for your thymus. That one right on your chest. You can rub it on your chest if you want. Roman chamomile. Oh, did you smell? I really need to have a little highlight to remind me. Smell this. I think everybody knows what lemon smells like, but it is refreshing. So anytime you need a pick-me-up or a focus, grab your lemon. So our next one is Roman chamomile. This one is good for shock. So if you have just had something that bowled you over, or you're dealing with somebody who is just like, you just can't get through to them. They're just, like their breathing is becoming shallow. They just like they have left their body. This is a good one to bring them back. Of course, and that's after you've called 911. But this is really nice to have on hand. This is the one that I'll move on here, because you would put it on the top of your head during meditation, and it just opens your mind. And it a little more liquid than I expected. I must have put 5 drops on my head, and it really did affect me, I have to say. I can't say it was a good effect. I just felt like I was gonna just explode out of my skin. It was not a happy feeling. So you can see why they say start out small, right? And so 1 drop would have been plenty. 5 drops, be cautious with it. But my gosh, I love the smell of it. It can help you go to sleep. Mix it with frankincense and lavender and geranium. And those are all super good oils. It helps you accept support from others and your spiritual guides in particular, and connect with your true purpose. So it's a beautiful, beautiful oil. The story goes around that says once you put Roman chamomile in anything, it's going to run the show. So 1 drop, minimal amounts with Roman chamomile. It's truly powerful. Our next one is rose. I mean, who doesn't like the smell of roses? It helps with jealousy, guilt. I would rub this on my heart. I'd make my roller and just rub it on my heart every day. If you have any feelings of just not loving yourself, right? You know, despondency, guilt. Rose is a good one. It'll open your heart to unconditional love, helps heal emotional wounds, and helps you with self-love, nurturing and comfort, and teaches you the need for divine grace. We all have the divine in us. This is the only blend that I've put in that does come from the company that I work with. It's Peace. It smells amazing. It is really good for sleep. You can diffuse it, or, as I suggest, put a couple drops in your hand, rub your hands together, take a whiff, rub your fingers on your temples, and then rub them on the pillowcase. Rub your hands on the pillowcase and go to sleep. It is really amazing. It's so relaxing, so supportive. You know, one of the reasons that I work with doTERRA is the fact that I like the idea that they grow their resources, all of their, you know, bergamot trees and lemon trees are grown in the area of the world or the country that is most natural or native to those oils. From what I understand, Young Living feels it's best to have everything close by and on US soil. And that's okay. It's just whichever way you feel is best and resonates with you more is the way to go. I mean, I do know that doTERRA does a lot with the communities, as Young Living no doubt does as well. So our last oil on our list is lavender. And I mean, it too covers a lot of bases. I mean, lavender is the go-to oil of essential oils. Everybody knows about lavender, right? It's in, you know, the hand towels that we pass out to our patients at work. It's like, it's relaxing. Everyone knows lavender is relaxing. And it's inexpensive. And it smells good. And I believe, I don't think I've found anybody who is like, ugh, I hate lavender. So it's very supportive. And this is the one that when you mix with your bergamot, your lavender and bergamot, you're going to get that sensation of Valium. So that might be something, if you have a hard time sleeping, that may be an interesting set to put together, or roll it in your essential, in your roller bottle. It calms the deepest fears of being seen and heard. So this is helpful if you are going to be speaking and you're really concerned about what, you know, what you're going to say, how you're going to say it. Encourages emotional honesty. It helps cut unhealthy cords, and you can just put it in your belly button. Lavender can always be used straight. It's the only one that you never have to dilute if you don't want to. Most people can handle it. It's great for burns as well. So please, please use it straight when you're, if you have a burn, and really use a lot of it, and it will work that way. I've not covered a whole burn and it healed unevenly. It was really kind of an interesting study on myself. Unintentional, but use it during meditation and prayer to increase communication with your guides and angels. So that's a lovely, lovely, beautiful oil, a beautiful plant. So this is what Gretchen said. She was going through a lot. She literally took the roller blower out. She came by and picked up her oils. She was going through a lot. Her mama just passed away. She was made executor of the estate, and she's working, and just too much, right? And she put it on the back of her neck and in her hands, took a deep breath, and oh my goodness, felt so good, so much better. Yeah, it's instant. And now we come to your bonus oil. Know what this one is? It's an interesting looking plant. They say that plants, the shape of the plant can help tell you what organ it's supportive of. So I wonder if that has you thinking anything. Perhaps it has you thinking of your ovaries. Celery Sage. Celery Sage to me has a grassy smell. It's super with PMS, hot flashes, anything like that. You want to just rub it right across your lower abdomen. And it'll help. It'll help. Keep it handy. The best thing is cumulative effect. So if that is something you have problems with really bad cramps or super bad hot flashes, use it on a daily basis as a preventive measure that's going to help build and support your hormonal system in that capacity. So here you have the glandular support all in writing on one page. For your pituitary, you want to use frankincense. So if you're having a trouble with your thyroid, with growth, that'll support that frankincense. Your master gland is frankincense, thyroid, frankincense, and peppermint. So for your adrenals, you can get clove, nutmeg, and rosemary. Clove and nutmeg are really strong oils. I highly recommend that they are diluted. You would just rub them over your lower back and to both sides, and that will help support your adrenals. Your thymus, right here in the center of your chest, you can roll frankincense and lemon over that. And oregano, which is another super strong oil. Always dilute that one. And melaleuca, that's tea tree oil, if you remember that one. And for your pancreas, if you have any problems with, high sugar, high blood sugar, any kind of pancreatic imbalance or insulin imbalance, of course, your doctor is taking care of you with that, but cinnamon and grapefruit are two great ones. You can either roll that on the bottom of your feet in your pancreas area or roll it over your pancreas, which is on the left side of your body, right under your rib cage or right underneath your rib cage. And then, of course, we've got our Celery Sage. So for your ease, I've put together a shopping cart. This is what you would click to go to a shopping cart to get any of these oils. You can choose, if you want some more of them, you can choose which ones you want. I have a bunch in there, different choices of different oils, and you can just pick what you want if that's helpful. Hopefully that is helpful. My job is to make things as easy for you as possible. You may also want to try oils like this and you're clueless how to do them. And you want to try those super expensive oils like you got today, like your sandalwood, your Roman chamomile, and your rose. But they're so expensive. And if you don't like them, you've really spent a lot of money. So that might be putting you off. So because of that, I decided that maybe Blissful Oils Club would be fine, would be fun. Where monthly, you'll get a training video on the essential oil basics. You'll get samples shipped to you. And you can sign up for auto ship if that's easy, or just order the months that you want. And to get that and help, hopefully the oils will help you create the life you love. And to join the YBJ Oils Club, you would just go to www.yourblissfuljourney.com/essential oils club. And that is an O that's a 0, not a capital O. So Essential Oils Club. And that